came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Welcome, everybody, to Props, Locks, and Parlays. I'm your host, Mike Lauro. Woo! Boy, did your guy here take a beating on Saturday. Oh, my God. Needless to say, last week was very, very bad for yours truly. 3-2 in the NFL, 1-4. That's right, 1-4 in the college ranks. Some teams didn't cover. Some teams lost outright. Oh, man, it was just a bad week for yours truly. But, hey, it is what it is. Happy Tuesday night, guys, as well. Before we get going, I just want to let you know, Matty B will be on the call tonight just after the Flyers game. Last score that I've gotten was beginning of the third period. Flyers are up 2-1, so make sure you tune in to Matty following me right after this. And I will have the game on Thursday. And coming up this weekend, me and Matty are also pulling double duty, as Matty will have them Saturday after the Maple Leafs. I will have them Sunday after the Flames. So that is your clear the ice up until Sunday. Also, it returns this week. It's going to be hard to talk about. I don't see a good ending in this game, but Penn State, Ohio State, from the Horseshoe in Columbus. It's not going to be well. This one's really going to be bad. There is no Birds Blast this week. They are taking the week off, so that will not happen. This is our schedule for the week, as you see right here. Tomorrow, Pittsburgh Sports Desk, and then the final word with Matty B. Gridiron Weekly, Flyers versus Preds, and then Matty B. Friday, we are taking the night off. That's right. Happy trick-or-treaters to all you guys out there. And then I will be back Saturday, me and Matty, as I have the Penn State, Ohio State game going forward. Which, guys, I will let you know this. Next season, the Happy Valley Huddle will be a weekly show. I will do the reverse. I will look at the games previous week and look ahead. So just to give you a heads up, we're still going to do the post game after this for this year. But next year, we're going to put some tweaks to it. So just giving you a heads up there as we get set to do so. Needless to say, we got to get right into it, guys. I mean, tonight, if you take a look, I got some games to go over. Paul Spencer, who's been off for a couple of weeks, Paul will be back with us next week. He is in the midst of getting internet service. So we both know how that can be at times. So Paul's getting a new internet service, so he will be joining us. But he did send his picks in for this week. Paul on the season, very good in the NCAA. He is 17-8-1. NFL, he is 11-12. He doesn't have as many games as me. He took a couple weeks off. But I do have Paul's picks. He has 3 NFL picks for this week, and he has 4 NCAA games this week. So we're going to run that down as we go through some of these games here. I'm not gonna bring up the betting site today. I'm just gonna read you off the lines for the game. And basically Paul started his picks with a Friday nighter, taking Syracuse -2 at home against North Carolina. So that game is at 7:30. I would imagine that's an ESPN game. We're going to take a look at the 4 games. Actually, there are games that are leading up starting tonight, believe it or not. 8 o'clock, James Madison visits Texas State. James Madison is a 7-point road favorite in that game. And already underway, Kennesaw State and UTEP are underway. Kennesaw State is a 9.5-point favorite. So there are your 2 college games going on right now. Tomorrow FIU and Missouri State. Missouri State is a 4.5-point favorite in that game. And then we have Jacksonville State versus Middle Tennessee State at 8:30. Jacksonville State is a -5.5 road favorite in this game. And then that takes us into Thursday. Marshall and Coastal Carolina get it in down there at Coastal Carolina. Marshall is a 5.5-point favorite. Also that night, Tulane and UTSA get together. Tulane is a 3.5-point favorite for that one. Couple good games Friday. I like all three games Friday night. Friday night, there's some really interesting ones. You have Memphis going on the road to take on Rice. Memphis is a 14-point favorite. Again, you have Syracuse hosting North Carolina. That will be that's the Q's 2-point favorite at home. And then later on, you have Louisiana Tech hosting Sam Houston State. Louisiana Tech is a 17-point favorite in that one. So there you have those games leading up. We're going to get into that, and we're going to start checking out with the Saturday games as well. Joe Hale says, just checking in from the gym. All right, Joe, I hope I can make your walk on the treadmill a little easier. So if you have a game that you like that you want to talk about. Myself this week, I did 5 college, 5 pro, and I also did a touchdown parlay. I took one touchdown score from every game on the docket, and I put it on Bet365. I didn't play it. I just put it up there for the odds to let you know what it is as of Tuesday. So, again, these Saturday games right now, again, it's very early in the week. I will tell you this. I personally, if you're going to do Saturday games, I would wait till about Friday just to take a look at the spreads, kind of follow the spreads a little bit during the week, see where they go. There's been some crazy ones that kind of flipped over this year. So make sure you guys really kind of do your due diligence in checking out these spreads and seeing where they go. But now we're going to start off with the Saturday slate, the noon games. Iowa State hosting Arizona State. Iowa State is a 7-point favorite in this game. And I'll tell you what, the Cyclones at home this year, they've been pretty tough to beat. And I think Arizona State kind of took one in the chops last week. Man, I don't even have the scoreboard up. But I know they had the last two. One of the last, it was either last week or the week before. They kind of lost one there. So I'm going to go with the Cyclones at home with that. You have a armed forces battle between Army and Air Force. Air Force is a slight favorite at 1.5. The game is at Air Force. So I will go with the home team there with Air Force. Okay. This team here has had me befuddled all year. Buffalo taking on Bowling Green. Bowling Green is actually a 1.5 favorite in this game. Joe, I will get into that. That's coming up in a couple games. That is a noon kickoff for Penn State and Ohio State, but I will have that. So we will touch on that. Just give me a few minutes here as I go down the docket. This Buffalo team has been winning games, but they've been favored as high as 17 and really has had a hard time really putting people away. They have not covered, I can probably say, the last 4 or 5 weeks. Bowling Green, this is another MAC game on Saturday. If anything, I would probably take the under in this game. I would take the under because Bowling Green's not going to put up too many points. Buffalo hasn't put up too many points so far. It's not like they're blowing teams out. So I would take the under in this game. I wouldn't touch the spread. It's kind of too low. Next up, you have Duke versus Clemson. Clemson is literally a 3.5-point favorite at home in Death Valley over Duke. I would go with the home team there in Clemson over Manny Diaz's boys. Up next, you got the Canes, Miami. They take a trip down to SMU. They are a 12.5-point favorite in that game. So if you're looking at that, I would definitely go with Florida in this, Miami in this game. North Texas hosting Navy. This is a very interesting game for a lot of reasons, man. And I'll tell you what, I like North Texas in this game. I think they're a 6.5-point favorite. I think they can play with Navy. And I like North Texas. I like to lay the 6.5 with North Texas. over Navy. Penn State, Ohio State. This is the game. Of course, I will be doing the post game on. It's not going to be much of a contest, guys. Penn State's going into this game pretty much now with a freshman quarterback as listed. Don't think that the backup to Drew Allard is going to be playing in this game. So I would take, they could probably put 25 down. I think Ohio State's going to blow them out. I can't see how Penn State can keep this close. I really don't. They know for them to keep it close, they're going to have to run the ball. But you know who else knows how to run the ball? Ohio State. Ohio State's going to stack the box and say, okay, Allen and Singleton, let's go. So they're going to dare this kid to come out and beat them. And I just don't think Penn State is going to be able to do it. If they had a healthy Drew Allard, maybe. But not now. This Ohio State team is they're just beating people, and that's it. They're on their way. They want to defend their national title, and they're on a collision course with Indiana in the Big Ten championship. That's where they're on a collision course with those guys. And it's not going to look good for Penn State over the next 2 weeks because they got Ohio State this week. Then they're home for Indiana next week. It does not look good for the Nittany Lions, which will probably put them at 0-6 in the Big Ten without a Big Ten win. So again, it's just not looking good for them. So that's one of my games for this. I actually took Penn State. I actually took Ohio State minus the 20.5 in this game. I did take Ohio State. I just didn't think they were going to, do that. Next up, you have another Big Ten matchup out in Champaign. You have Illinois hosting Rutgers. Illinois giving up the 12.5. I take Illinois all day. Rutgers is garbage. After this, you have UAB at UConn. UConn's laying 11.5. This over-under's got me, though. Over and under is 64.5 or 64. 60. That means they're thinking that each of these teams are going to score around 30 points. I would go under in this game. I would take the under. I wouldn't touch the point spread. I think it's a little too high. I don't see UConn being 11.5-point favorites over anybody. So I would definitely take the under in this game. UCF and Baylor. Baylor's a 4.5-point favorite in this game. I would take UCF plus the 4.5, and I would also do the over in this game. If you want to do a little combination, I would take the 4.5 in UCF and the 59 points. I think UCF beats them outright. I think UCF's a better football team. So as we get down here to the rest of it, the rest of the 12 o'clock slate, my second game on this docket is right here is Vanderbilt visiting Texas. If you guys have been watching the show all year, I have been high on Vandy. I'm going to take Vanderbilt plus the 2.5 against Texas. I think they go down there. I think they beat Texas. And they move up the ladder. Next game after that is Houston hosting West Virginia. Houston is a 13.5-point favorite. Later 13.5. West Virginia is not good. I would definitely do that. East Carolina comes to Philadelphia to play Temple. Temple is a 4.5-point home dog in this game. I like Temple in this game. I would take the 4.5 and take Temple. I'm going to take them just to, you know what? They're close to being bowl eligible. If they win this game, they become bowl eligible, which is not something that's known for in Temple, for Temple football. So I would definitely take them as we go along here. That game is at 2:00. So now I'm going to go down to some of these 3:30 games. Okay. Indiana and Maryland. Maryland, this has just jumped up. This was at 17 literally about a half hour ago. I don't know if any news that came out, but while I was doing my research, this was literally 17.5 points. It is now 21.5 points. Maryland is a home dog, 21.5 points to Indiana. That to me is just really, really high. And the over and under is only 50.5. So they're thinking both teams combined can't score more than 50. But the one team is a heavily favorite. So they're kind of looking like a blowout here. I would do the under in this game. I would just take the under. Or if you think that Cignetti's going to roll these guys out. I would, you know, I'm leaning more towards the under. I just don't think, they had a high output last week. They put up 56 last week against um, against UCLA, but that was at home. Now they got to go basically cross country. A little bit of nasty weather supposed to be rolling in here over the weekend. So I don't know about that. I would take the under in this game. And I think Maryland's got an offense that can kind of keep it close for a little bit. They have an offense and somewhat of an okay defense. I think they can keep it close for a little bit. So again, I like the under in this game. Michigan State goes to Minnesota. Minnesota's a home 3-point favorite in this one. I would rack and take Minnesota. New Mexico State, Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky is a 9-point favorite in this game. New Mexico State stinks. They can't beat anybody. I would take Western Kentucky late in the 9. Joe, you asked for it. You're going to get it, buddy. Notre Dame is favored. They are a 28.5-point favorite. So that means the odds makers think that they are a 4.5 touchdown better than Boston College. And I believe they're right. I don't think Boston College stands a chance in this game. I think Bill O'Brien's just playing out his days there. I think he's done. So take Notre Dame. I think I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys want to take that point spread. That point spread's kind of high. 28.5. I don't know. I guess it's me looking at it through NFL lenses. I guess I just figured to beat a team by 4.5 touchdowns is a lot. But I would lay Notre Dame down. Boston College seems like they have a hard time scoring. Old Dominion, UL Monroe. UL Monroe is a 17-point dog in this one at home. Give me OD, Old Dominion. Pittsburgh and Stanford. Stanford is a 14.5-point dog at home. I will take Pittsburgh in that one. This one right here is going to probably be the game of the day, and it's me and Paul. We both have this game on our radar. Okay, Paul and myself are taking Texas Tech. We are taking the over in this game at 52.5. Okay, Paul must have seen it at 52 on whatever site he was on, because when he sent it over to me, it was over 52. I have it as over 52.5. We both like this game. We both like the over. We both think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. We're going to go down here. This is another one of my games right here. I have Georgia. Is that a night game? Just want to make sure here. Georgia. They're playing Florida. So I just want to make sure I didn't go by them. Yes, I did. I have Georgia -7 over Florida, in the swamp. I think the Dogs go down there and get it done. Another one of my games I have Western Michigan -4.5 over Central Michigan. So I like that game. Paul has Georgia Tech, and I'm trying to see who they play because I believe they're down. I think they're one of the night games. Yes, they are going to NC State. He's got a -7.5. That line is now dropped to -5.5. So he's got Georgia Tech -7.5 on that one. So you have my 5, which are Ohio State, Vandy. Ohio State -20.5. Vandy +2.5. Georgia -7. Western Michigan -4.5. And Texas Tech, K-State over 52. Paul has Syracuse -2, Georgia Tech -7.5. Also has Texas Tech and K-State over 52. And his upset of the week, as he's calling it, he's got Cincinnati +8.5 over Utah. I really, really love that. So there is your NCAA for the week. Now we're going to break into some NFL. But before we do that, guys, make sure again, right after me tonight, that's right after the game goes final, that man, Matty B, will be on the call for Clear the Ice. I will be on Thursday. And then this weekend, it's the same twosome. It'll be Matty on Saturday. Matty will be on Saturday following the Leafs game. I will be on Sunday following the Flames game. And, of course, this Saturday, the Happy Valley Huddle. It's not going to be pretty. And then Sunday morning, again, there is no birds. Birds fly by this weekend because why? Eagles are on a bye, so it's stress-free football to sit there and watch. But I will be on Sunday morning. Me and Al will be on doing P&M in the AM. Pat's on a brief hiatus for a couple weeks, so make sure you guys tune in for that as well. So time to move on now to the NFL as we knock this off. It all gets started literally Thursday night. Baltimore travels down to Miami. Baltimore is a 7.5-point favorite in that game. I don't believe in the Dolphins. I know they beat up on a Falcons team last week, but you're going to get Lamar Jackson back. I like the Ravens in this game. I just don't like the 7.5. I would take them in the money line if you're just looking for wins and losses. 1 o'clock games on Sunday. Atlanta travels to New England. I'm dropping the 5.5. I am all about Drake May. I believe he's, he should be in talks about MVP. So I like what I'm seeing from this New England team. I will lay the 5.5, and I don't like Atlanta, not one bit. Atlanta to me are pretenders. Is Michael Penix going to play this week? If they have to go with Kirk Cousins, you saw what happened with him last week. He was just god awful. So, in Lambeau, the Packers return home to host the Carolina Panthers. Packers are laying 13 down on this. You can probably lay 20 down on this. Again, you don't know what's up with Bryce Young, whether he's going to play or not. We'll have to look. This week would be a game I would look at probably going more towards the end of the week, guys. Again, we're only at Tuesday. I think this New England game is going to shoot up. I think this is great value. Now you're only giving up 5.5. It could be up to about 8 by the end of the week. Same thing with this Packers game. This Packers game, if Bryce Young isn't playing, could possibly go up another 3 points. So I would definitely try to look at that. The Panthers game, I would kind of wait till like Friday so you know what's going on, who's going to be in, who's out. Cincinnati is a 2.5-point home dog. That's right. They're an underdog at home to the Bears. Again, what Bears team are we getting? Are we going to get the same team that went to Baltimore a week ago and kind of couldn't get out of their way? Or, is this going to be, how do the Bengals respond if they're losing to the Jets like that at home? So, again, we're going to have to wait and see. And Flacco's definitely going to be going up against a better defense than what he faced a week ago. So, to me, I don't know, but I definitely are taking the under in this game. I don't see this game going over 52. I really don't. Bears got a much better defense than the Jets do, and I think the Bears can kind of control the line of scrimmage there a little bit. I like the Bears. I like the under in this game. Denver and Houston. This is one of Paul's games and my games. We both took the Denver Broncos and the 1.5. To me, that spoke volumes. You're going to give the Broncos and a 1.5. I'm sorry, but that defense is going to get after C.J. Stroud, and I'm still not impressed with this Texans offense at all. They're murky, and watching them a week ago, I'm really not sold on them. Another one of my games right here is Indianapolis -3 in Pittsburgh. I just think the Colts are way better. The Packers were throwing the ball all over them in the fourth quarter. What do you think Daniel Jones is going to do? And I can't believe I'm saying this, but Daniel Jones, between him and Jonathan Taylor running the ball, I mean, that's why the Colts right now are sitting at 7-1. So I like the Colts in this game. So that's my second game of the 5. So I have New England -5, Denver -5.5, Denver +1.5, and Indy -3. So there's 3 of my games. Paul only has 3 games. His next one will be coming up shortly. In the 1 o'clock hour, also, the Chargers visit Tennessee. They are a 9.5-point favorite. They could be 16-point favorites. Tennessee's not going to beat them. Another game, too, that's you might want to watch the point spread on this one, this Minnesota-Detroit game. Watch the point spread on this because they're going with a rook. I believe J.J. McCarthy's coming back this week. He's got to go to Detroit and play the Lions. That's going to be a very hard game for him, I believe. And for him, he's got to go against that Lions defense in Detroit, and I just don't see the Eagles just showed that they could throw the ball on them, and I think Detroit's got probably got a better offense than the Birds do right now, so I would definitely look at this one to go up. This may go up to 10 easy. It may go up 1.5 easy by the end of the week. So if you get it at 8.5 or 7.5, jump on it because I think it's only going to go up. This is an intriguing game for me right here. San Francisco 49ers travel east. They come play in the Meadowlands. An old rivalry is renewed. I like the Giants in this game. I think that's one of my upsets of the week. I don't have it as one of my games. I do have Detroit taking the 8.5. That's my fourth game there. But I like the Giants in this one. I really do. I know they don't have Cam Scatterbo, and he's out, and they got some guys hurting on defense. But I think this kid's going to give that defense, that San Francisco I think he's going to give them fits. I really, truly do. I think he's going to give them fits. And I just like the Giants. I don't like a team who's got to come from the West Coast to the East Coast and have to play at 1 o'clock. It's very rare do they look good. I will say this year, the Rams came east to play the Eagles week 3 at 1 o'clock, and the Rams look mighty damn good. But I don't know. I don't see it. It's supposed to be, plus, it's supposed to be windy and blustery, Those Bay Area teams and those sunny California teams don't like playing in that type of weather as we start to get into heavy fall here on the East Coast. So I'm going to take the Giants in an upset. I'll take the 2.5 points as well. Next up, Jacksonville and the Raiders. This is one of Paul's games. Paul jumped all over Jacksonville at -3. I would jump on them too. The Raiders can't beat or score against anybody. So next one is the LA Rams hosting the New Orleans Saints. They are a 14-point favorite in that game. And I'll tell you what, that game that could go up to 16 real quick. Now they're talking about starting the other quarterback, not Rattler. So we have to wait and see with that one. And, of course, the main game at 4:25 is the game of the week. Kansas City goes to Buffalo. The Chiefs are a 2-point favorite against the Bills in Buffalo. And I'll tell you what, the way the Chiefs are playing right now, I like Kansas City in this game. I think Kansas City can go to Buffalo and beat Josh Allen and the Bills. I really do. I mean, Josh Allen's already lost a game at home to, Drake May and the New England Patriots. So I'm going to take Kansas City. I'll give Josh his 2 points. But I think Kansas City goes in there. And I think Kansas City gives Josh a reality check saying we're still the team to beat. Even though Pat Mahomes didn't look too good last night, early on, that game with Washington was a 7-7 game at halftime. So, again, and of course, my last selection right here, Seattle goes into the nation's capital Sunday night. They are a 3.5 point favorite. I will lay the 3.5 points. Don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to be back or not. We have to watch that. Again, kind of keep an eye on this line. I think if it comes back, it may go up a point or so for Washington, but I'm not worried about that. Seattle defense is playing nasty, kind of Legion of Boom-esque. So I will lay the 3 and take Seattle. Sam Darnold has been amazing. And to round out this week, that's right, the Arizona Cardinals come off their bye as a 2.5 point road dog to the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas can't stop anybody on offense. The over and under in this game is surprising. It's 54. So I like Arizona's defense better than Dallas's. And Arizona's defense can get after the quarterback. I just want to know, what Dallas team are we going to see? Are we going to see the one that played the week before against Washington and put up 40-some points against them? Or are you going to see the team that got shellacked out in Denver? I think it's going to be a little mixture of both. Paul is laying the 2.5 for the Cowboys. That's his third and final game. He's taking his boys in that game. Me personally, I like Arizona in this game. I think Arizona sneaks out a win. I think they win by a field goal. So I would take the 2.5 just to be on the safe side to cover you, because they can throw the ball too. And they have Marvin Harrison, and Dallas can't cover nobody. Trey McBride's going to have a field day. Okay, Marvin Harrison. If you watch that Dallas game, they could not cover anybody. They can run the ball. So that is it. That is for this week, guys. I do have a touchdown parlay. I took one player from each game to score a touchdown. And if you combined them into a parlay, it is a nine leg parlay. You can take it as you want to take it, but we're going to start off in the first game, which is Miami and Baltimore. I took Jalen Waddle to score a touchdown in that game. In the New England Patriots did I not take it? No, I did not. I did not take nobody in the Patriots-Falcons game. I didn't take nobody in the Packers and Panthers game. In the Bears-Chicago game, I took Jamar Chase as number 2. Number 3, I did not take nobody in the Houston-Denver game because to me, if you're doing a touchdown parlay, it's very hard to try to decipher on who's going to score. I'm just kind of going over with Bet365, which is really cool. They go back all the way to week 1. You can see under the player's name of how many touchdowns they've scored. So you're able to go in and kind of gauge off of, all right, well, if he didn't score last week, he might be in play to score this week. So far I took Waddle, Jamar Chase, Michael Pittman. I'm going to take Vidal from the LA Chargers to score, Jahmyr Gibbs in that Vikings game. Jaguars game, I am taking Brian Thomas. I'm taking Kyron Williams in the LA Rams New Orleans Saints game. I'm taking James Cook in the nightcap, and I am taking Javonte Williams Monday night. Those are my 9 guys right now. If you were to take them, a $10 deposit on that would pay you out $3,663.91 on Bet365. So there you have it, guys. That is my touchdown parlay for the day, for the week. Hopefully you guys get what's coming to you. I hope all your bets go through. And remember, do it responsibly. And again, this is all for entertainment purposes only. So again, have at it. Next week, Paul Spencer should be back here with me next Tuesday night. So we're going to keep going. So as they say, root them on, guys. Root them on. And I will see you guys. I will see you guys on Thursday for Clear the Ice. So I'm Mike Lauro for everybody here at Props Locks and Parlays for Paul Spencer and the rest of It's a Wrap Sports crew. I will see you guys Thursday night for for Clear the Ice. Again, have a good night, guys.